Hello, Claus community, YouTubers, and Facebookers alike. Welcome to North Pole Happy Hour. That's right, it's the Monday Show live, and we are here for episode 16. Yeah, exactly. Where did it go? All right, everyone, please say hello to Randall Santa Checker Lee and Phineas TF. And over here is Angela Max. She's going to pop in, I'm sure. She always does. Hello, hello. I will in a minute. I got something. No, she's busy. Okay,
That
she'll
voice
be on in a minute.
matters. We hear that voice. Hello, everybody. Bob, Mike, great to see you. Happy Monday. TGIM as always.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hoping everybody's having a good day and a good start to the week.
It's been good. It's been busy, but it's always busy. So what can you expect? You just you get up and do what you got to do, face the issues that are in front of you, and go from there.
Now, Mike, you said a start of the week. Is your week start on Monday? Is your week start on Sunday, like some people's do?
It's all just a big blur for me because I work 5 days a week and then I also have work on weekends. So it's just all a big smear. So
Okay, it doesn't really matter. It never stops. It starts but never stops.
no, exactly.
Just like Groundhog Day, it just keeps on being the same old thing over and over and over.
Crazy.
Wouldn't have it any other way, would we?
We don't have a
Definitely
choice.
no.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Uh,
For us, it's the same old when it comes to the weather. It's hot, it's humid, and it's, it's summer. It's summer. She's going to put
it's
the spot up here.
very fortunate up here right now. We got a week. Nights are going to be in the 60s during the day, upper 70s. Little clouds here and there. Just a gorgeous, supposed to be a beautiful week all week. Maybe a chance of rain tomorrow, the next day, but we're going to be a very little cooler than summer week, but that's fine. I love it.
I'm not complaining about the weather here. It's only about 68 degrees and it's partly cloudy here. So it's actually quite beautiful here. So
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. My goodness. Yeah, it's only 84 here. It's been in the mid 90s. We had a little bit of cool front come through, and it has cooled it down about 10 degrees or so. Again, the humidity is 66%, and that's the one that is ugly.
hmm.
If it wasn't for that 8 mile per hour wind blowing, you go outside, your feet would stick to the ground, to the concrete.
Hmm.
But that's Texas. That's where we live. It's where we were born. You just live, you adapt.
Everything's bigger in Texas, even the weather, huh?
Yeah. Try to stay in when you can. When you got to go out, you just hope that you survive and get back in before it melts.
It's like a lot of those Florida people to make sure they go out in the morning or go out at night. They don't go out in the afternoon during the summertime.
Yeah. So, hey, we want to go ahead and real quick announce at the top of the show. I will not be here next week or the week after as far as hosting goes. I'm going to try to pop in. If I don't, I'll definitely be watching on the road. But yes, we'll be driving the Wondrous Women of Christmas in. It's billed as Cincinnati. It's actually in Burlington, Kentucky, across the river. But Cincinnati being the larger of the community and everything else is kind of a suburb of that. It's billed as Cincinnati. But that's where we'll be headed next week. Leave out early Monday morning and arrive there late Tuesday afternoon. We'll make it 2 days, and we'll try to make it all the way to Jackson, Tennessee, our first day. Got us a reservation there, so we'll have a room when we get there. No matter what time we get there, we just got to get there.
Good. Good.
The cool part about Jackson, Tennessee, real quick here, is if you've ever been through Jackson, Tennessee, there's an exit. It's the Casey Jones Railroad Museum, and they have some great Southern food. They have a store that reminds you of, everyone has a Cracker Barrel. It reminds you of a Cracker Barrel, but it was before Cracker Barrel. It's been there for years and years. They got old trains that they have along the tracks that are, again, it's a train museum. Pretty cool stuff. Hotel that we always stay at, Scott and I found it a few years back traveling to Gatlinburg. Had just been completely remodeled. It was Comfort Suites, and it's right in front and easy to get to, and great food around it. Shopping center on the other side of the highway from it. Matter of fact, we got not these shirts, but the shirts that we had for Gatlinburg last year we bought over there. So pretty cool, the light blue ones. Okay, hey, while we're announcing stuff, let's go ahead and mention tonight the class has two very special guests, not just one, but two. Phineas, you want to tell them about that real quick?
So tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, Mrs. Claus Mission White is going to be hosting the Claus Connect. And the first guest will be apparently yours truly. And the second guest will be Santa Tracy McKenzie from Chicago, Illinois. Santa Tracy is someone that is relatively new to the greater Claus community at large, but he has been a Santa for nearly 40 years in the Chicago area. I got to introduce him to the world of North Pole Cornerstones 2 years ago, and he had a wonderful time there. And looking forward to hearing his perspective of being a Claus perpetrator and being Santa. So,
All right, check it out tonight, and again, that's this afternoon, 6 p.m. Central, correct?
the 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Yes, sir.
And Tracy has a great sound look, so you want to catch that show for sure. All right, speaking of Santas, you want to let's go ahead and let's jump into Santa B with our hot cup of cocoa segment. Randall's ready.
I'm ready.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B here with you again today. And today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk about the idea of a daily maintenance plan. What are some of the things you have to do every day to be at your best? For me, one of the things I know I have to do every day to be at my best is be outside. Get a few minutes outside, get some sunshine, go for a walk. Always makes my day better. It doesn't have to be real complicated. It just has to be what you say helps you be your best. Because we all know when we are on stage, when we are in presence, we want to be our absolute best for everybody. And if we're not doing the things every day to keep ourselves good, we're just not going to be there. So my friends, I encourage you, create a list. Make sure you're doing it every day. And it's a list about you being at your best because you say is what you need to be. Be blessed, be well. I love you all. Bye-bye.
Man, I love those messages. They are so great. That is so true too. I mean, no truer words have been spoken.
Yeah, well, that's something we have to take care of ourselves so we can give the best to our clients and their children because they deserve it. That's what our job is. It's not easy to be our best all the time, but we have to be there on game from morning till night and from the first to the last 5,000th or how many of you are doing during the day. Yeah, just for your own personal health too.
And not only does Phineas have to be his best, he also has to keep Santa on track. So Phineas has double duty.
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, right? And I only answer to Mrs. Claus, so that's the main thing. So
I like it. I like it. I like it.
That's a smart move because boy, when they're not happy, nobody's happy.
That's absolutely right. Speaking of, real quick, we're going to jump back a step. Going to Cincinnati will be the TNL on the road crew for this event. Will be myself, Scott Seriton, Oklahoma City, Santa B there in Joplin, Missouri, and Trish Wisniewski right here in Dallas. And that'll be the crew down there. We have got our hands full. We are going to be covering it wall to wall like no event we've ever done before. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be stressful at times, I'm afraid. But we've got a great crew going, and we're looking forward to getting up there, seeing Rachel King, Liz Roosh, and everyone that's involved in that. Phil Wentz. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of all the folks that will be there. So, okay.
It'll be a good event.
Elf Appetizer. Oh, Angela, did you get that picture?
That's what I was coming in for.
All right, Angela found this picture she wants to show you guys.
So, last Monday after the show, I was outside, about to cook on the grill, and I saved a stash of newspaper to light my charcoal pan thing with. And so, on the show last Monday, John Schneckelberger said that I always look like I'm starving after that appetizer. So, I got my own burger this week, y'all.
Wow.
My appetizer, and I'm not sharing with you.
She's gonna be stingy. She's gonna eat the whole
That's
thing.
okay. You deserve it.
Leave and Angela's tummy.
You haven't had a taste or a bite yet, so about time you get your own.
All right. So y'all enjoy yours and I'll enjoy mine.
All right, let's go. Let's go look at this thing.
Well, now, that's not just a burger, that's a statement. Welcome to the Elf Appetizer, where we get straight to the meat of the hot topics. Stop drooling, fellas. We're just getting started. We stack it high. Truth, humor, a little heat, and we don't nibble around the edges. So pull up a chair, loosen that belt, and let's take a real bite out of this thing. Let's carve into it.
Okay, so for this week's Elf Appetizer, there's been a lot of chat on the social media recently of performers talking about getting nerves or anxiety before heading out to bring the jolly. And I'm wondering, what do you do to to help get yourself past those feelings? And how do you build yourself up before gigs? So, do you ever feel the butterflies in your stomach or just, a little bit of uncertainty before you head out? What do you do to get over that and to bring the jolly and be the most Santa you can be, or whatever? So,
I try not to dwell on it. To be honest with you, if I, saying out of sight, out of mind kind of deal. I will a little bit. I'll try to prepare myself for it. In that moment, first thing that pops in my head is Randall saying it's showtime. I take a deep breath, and I just know that the Lord is going to guide me and get me through it, and that's how I handle it. So,
It is kind of that easy. Say, I mean, if you're not nervous or a little anxiety beforehand, you really don't care. I've been saying that for a long time. You have to have that. You're always going to have little butterflies in your stomach because you want to make sure you're doing the best job you can. There's performers. I have a friend that's been in. He's had his own show in Vegas for 11 years now. His own show in Vegas, and he still gets it.
yeah.
Doing it there. So, but it is exactly, I do what Bob said, and it's showtime, and it's just like put on that face, put on that thing, and just go for it. That's all I can do. And if it's doing a magic show, or blues, Santa, whatever, it is showtime. It's time to put all that behind you, that that feeling in your stomach, that nervousness, that whatever, that just it's not easy. But there's no pill to pop. There's no, because if you take pills to calm down, you're going to do a good job anyway. So just that's exactly what Bob said is what has worked for me for years.
So, Phineas, when we talk about this, anxiety is being anxious. And like Randall said, if you're not anxious about going out and performing and being the best you can, then there's just something ain't right about you, right?
well, if you don't, if you're feeling like anxious or nervous about being out, it means you're caring about what you're going to be presenting
Yeah.
to your
Better
clients.
way to put it.
And so I'd be more worried if you're like, oh yeah, okay, let's go and do this, because that will show to your audience. I personally, when I do get the nerves, I use that energy to fuel my performance because it will ensure that I will be bringing the best I can, and also making sure that I am present, I am there, I am able to listen and engage and interact with the people. So that's what I do. It is fuel. It adds to the fire. So
Yeah, it's like Phineas said a minute ago. It's is if you need that extra because if you don't in the industry, it's called just phoning it in. You're out there performing. You're just phoning in your performance. Doesn't matter what you're doing. For being Santa, you're just there. You're not being the character that's needed. You're just, and like I said, in the industry, it's called phoning it in. You're just, you need that extra. Like Phineas says, it fuels his excitement. It fuels his energy by being that way. Otherwise, and then there's sometimes you'll go to a show, and some of the performers that perform, especially I've noticed it in Vegas, it's like wow, they're just phoning that show in. They're just going through the motions. They're just doing the performance. They're not enjoying themselves. They're not letting the audience feel it and everything else. And poor little children can't. We can't do that to the little ones, So it's you can't just do that. A lot of great things coming in already. I see that much. Pat says breathing exercises, stay healthy, CBD oil, super patches. Also, my new brain tap. Brain tap, huh?
Not sure what that is, unless he's talking about what Kane's talking about here.
Oh, smoky and moonshine. Yeah, that'll get you wired up there, Kane. That'll get you.
That's one way to settle down.
Why do you smell like my uncle?
Oh, somebody's trying to call me.
Whoever's trying to call, we're busy.
Probably Scott, more than likely. He forgets we have a show on Monday.
Forgets we got a show on Mondays. Yeah, but it's
Okay, real quick, Kane. Right, the exit before Jackson, Tennessee. There is a brewery, a moonshine company there. Uh, they do give samples. So if you're ever through Jackson, Tennessee, and you want to take a little bitty sample of some of their moonshine, it's a they've really got some nice product if you're into that kind of thing. I wouldn't know anything about it. I had an app that told me about it. So
that's some fire water there, boy. I don't know. That can't be. That's like drinking radiator fluid. Some of that.
Just
Ooh.
step
I was
up,
thinking,
make a spoon stand up in it. It's tough.
yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Looks like Dr. Bruce is chiming in. Let's see what he's got to say.
Bruce says you need to use the nervous energy to your advantage. I also worry if I don't get a bit nervous.
Right. Right.
I think if you don't get nervous, you should worry because that means you're not going to do your best. So.
And I realize sometimes we feel very confident in our character, very confident in performing, but you're still going to have that little feeling of everything. Want to make sure I do a good job. You know.
Did you get that first one that I had started a while back? It was from Don on YouTube.
I don't think I saw that one. Actually, let me see if I can find it.
What is your start comment?
I don't.
He may have just reposted it.
I was going to say I don't see it. Wait. Here. Yeah, found it right here. Okay.
Don Weiner says the day he doesn't get a case of the butterflies before he does a venue will be the day he hangs up his coat, and that's a pretty healthy thing to say. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what Sue's saying. The same thing. Butterflies mean that you really, really care to do your best. That one was on there too a long time ago. So sorry about that. Go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, it really is. I'm trying to say, if you truly are passionate about what you do, you care, and if you care, you can't help but have those butterflies because you're hoping that. I guess it's kind of going back to the start of these shows. I was so worried for 2 years. We pondered doing these shows. I was so worried about messing up in front of my peers. It's something that you care about, you worry about, you want to be your best at all times.
That's the one, yeah. Butterflies means you really do care to do your very best. Yeah, that
looks like David's got one for you, Phineas.
Yep, Santa David says, I think we all get a little bit of hesitation before appearing, but I remember that my role is children are not looking for a perfect performance. They want warmth, kindness, a little Christmas magic. And that's the truth, is that they're not looking for perfection. They're looking for connection. They're looking for the ability to believe and build memories and build Christmas joy. So, yeah.
Well,
and sometimes
go ahead, Randall.
And sometimes that's all it takes is that first child to talk to them.
Yeah.
It calms you down. It gets you in your character. It gets you to, it takes away that anxiety, it takes away the worry. Because now you're just talking with the little one and you can see their smile. So sometimes that really helps. The very first one. Maybe it's not the first one. It could be the second, but that really just helps once you get started.
Just remember, guys, it's okay to mess up. And that goes back to the shows again. I was so worried about it, but then I realized I'm only human. If I misspeak or if I mess up or if I make myself look like a fool, then laugh with me, or laugh at me if you want to, but it doesn't matter either way because I'm trying. And if any of us, fall into that category where we make a mistake, It's not because we don't have passion for something or we're not prepared for it. It's just that we really are trying to give it our best, and sometimes it happens. It's Santa Scott Seriton again. His first year, he was at a Bass Pro Shop down in Katy, Texas, for Mitch Allen, and oh man, he was so worried about it. He was really sick to his stomach. He was so worried, and he said at the last minute before he went out for his first shift, he called me to get a word of advice, and I just told him, I said, man, be yourself. Calm down. It's going to be okay. After the first 5 minutes, after that first family or two, it all comes natural. And he agrees. All right, Kane says, just take a deep breath. My anxiety is off the chart pretty much every second of my life. It's just part of always wanting to be your best. Good point, Kane. Here's one for you, Phineas.
Yeah, Gary listens to Christmas music on the way to an event. When he exits his vehicle, he reminds himself that he's Santa and the children are expecting nothing less. And that always helps. I know when David and I get in the car, the Christmas music is pumping, and when we are out in public, he is Santa and I am Phineas.
It helps
And
to get you into character, the Christmas music on the way. It really does.
Character, that's
Yeah.
right.
yeah,
Exactly right.
It says, I smile and listen closer. That's what David said.
I always tell the new guys when they call for advice or someone is asking me questions related to this topic, you know, use your training, use what you've learned, use your natural instincts. It all comes together. It all works out in the end.
Always
Pat?
works for so many things, Pat. Is so right.
yep.
That don't just go for that, Pat. That goes for life in general. Randall,
I have lost the. I have lots of Christmas music. I call my guys list to calm my nerves and get all pumped up for the gig. And that's a great thing to do. If you can call somebody on the way, get all geeked up, get all like, yeah, rah rah. Especially the music. I know that's something. We up here have. It starts, I think, the day after Halloween, 24 hours a day, Christmas music on this one station. So you just turn that on and it just plays. Now I think we've got two channels that do 24 hours a day, but one starts then, one starts like November 1st or something like that, or November 15th. But it's a lot. So you can always find a song that's going to make you feel good while you're on your way. And
yes,
if you talk to somebody, man, that's even better. Talk to a brother or sister in the business. Yeah. Especially if it's a big gig you haven't done. If you haven't done on a parade before, you haven't done a tree lighting, you get that little extra anxiety for something that's a little bit different or out of character for you, or reinsurance to do a home visit you've never done before. It's really good to talk to somebody in a way.
nothing wrong with being put outside your comfort zone. That's how you grow. That's how you grow as an entertainer. I guess if all the above doesn't work, you just slap the crap out of yourself and shake it off and go on, right?
Get over yourself. Come on. Yeah.
The Three Stooges.
John Schnagelberger says that if you are feeling no nerves, are you even ready to do this job? Once you get past the first couple of kiddos, things just roll.
They absolutely do, John.
Yeah.
They absolutely do.
Exactly.
Ron McClam checked in with us. He just wants to say hello to everyone. Hello, Ron.
Hello, Ron.
Got one here. There's a radio station here that plays only holiday music in December. I listen to it on my way to the gig.
It is soothing. It will put you in a better frame of mind for sure. And again, what I said is I try to put it out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. That also helps take the dwelling of it out of your system, and you listen to music. It calms you. It gets those bad thoughts out.
It distracts you from what you're thinking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Phineas.
Don Weinreich says, as for myself, the way I keep the butterflies at bay is prepare, prepare, and prepare. I make sure I know where I need to be. And yes, be organized. Make sure that you've got, especially if you've got a busy day ahead where you're going to have multiple visits, make sure you have your route all mapped out, the list, whatever you need to do every visit. Just make sure you give yourself time in between, so you're not rushed.
Super preparation. No
Planning will solve a lot of nerve problems or anxiety problems. Planning proper planning for your day. It will.
and and something we've talked about over and over, I know, but if you stand in front of a mirror, take Jeff McMillan for example. He practices every day, going down the street in his car. If he walks past the mirror, if he walks past the dog, I even do the same thing with my dog. I go into sound and character with her all the time. I don't. She probably thinks I'm a fool, but hey, it's all part of practice. It's all getting careful. It's got to be believable. It's got to roll off your tongue. All right. Everett says, for me, I don't have nerves at the first part of the season, then I'm not really trying. First couple of events, I always nervous as I'm hoping to have everything in place, such as suit, props, location, time, and agenda. Once the first few events go by, you become a lot easier, not always careless, but it comes a lot easier. And that's so true. And again, as we taught in our Set Bob's class, and such a tremendously great presentation Randall put out for that, we asked him to do that particular chapter in the book in Michigan. Preparation is the checklist, and if you don't have a checklist, I know Everett does, but if some of you newer guys don't have a checklist, reach out to Randall. He's got a fantastic checklist, and you can go down through there each day and check off as you need to. Make sure you get everything you need. Extra backup on everything. Phineas.
Don says that he makes sure he knows needs to report to. Is there anyone special that he needs to acknowledge? How will I make a good exit? And so much more. And again, that just comes to being prepared, making sure you know who your contact is, making sure you know who the person who is paying you is if you're getting paid at the event so you don't leave without it. Make sure that if there is a guest of honor, you acknowledge that guest of honor, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Ray Bradshaw from Denton says he focuses and gets into the zone. Santa or Papa, who is another character he portrays, has people counting on him. And that's the thing. You need to realize that everyone is counting on you to be there as Santa or whatever character you are. So,
Randall.
Just did a parade Saturday. Even after 17 years, I was nervous and anxious. Yeah, and that's great, Jerry. That's the way we should, because that kept you on high thinking, ready to make sure that you're just like Phineas said. It adds to your excitement. It adds to everything when you're a little bit that way. You don't want to be too much to make yourself sick. And I'm kind of wondering if there's anybody out there that has any other, like we have said. I just basically say, hey, it's showtime. We got to go. But is there anybody else that has a something that they do, a ritual that they do right before? I don't know. Finish do is a ritual you do before besides the music. Is there?
I do. If people ever see me doing stage work, you'll see me at the stage psyching myself up. I usually do a series of stretches to make sure that I am physically prepared, as well as I do a lot of psyching myself up because I am an introvert. But when you are in front of an audience, be it 5, be it 10, be it 10,000, you have to give off enough energy to be seen by all those people. So it's a lot of preparation, and it's not. I don't say it's showtime because you'll see me bouncing up and down and psyching myself up, but at the same time, I'm getting myself into that zone.
Yeah, so that's
Adrenaline and endorphins
Yep.
amps you up, and that's if you get over amped, that's when you kind of get that real sickness to your stomach, not just butterflies or anxiety, but where you really just want to upchuck.
Yep.
And but isn't it such a great feeling when you walk off stage or you walk away from a performance and you walk backstage and you take that deep breath again? Like I said, when I start, I get that deep breath. When I walk off stage, I take another one safe.
Yep.
It wasn't so bad after all.
One thing I've learned from someone very well known in the clown field, Avner Eisenberg, is that before he walks on stage, he takes a deep breath, and then he walks out on stage, and as soon as he's visible by people, he lets that breath out and smiles. And that breath sounds like a sigh. It's like a sigh of relaxation. And everybody else will do the same thing because usually they're getting excited, and then they see that you're letting go of all that tension inside you, and you're smiling. That will prepare them. So, and that works wonders. When I started doing that, it was amazing. So.
smile.
Kevin Martin says, I have a list of Christmas music I listen to as I'm getting dressed to calm my nerves and get me in character for my gig. Again, that's several people have mentioned that. That is a great way.
Better to
Randall?
look and sound the fool than to look like you are angry at the world. Yeah, you'd rather be funny and silly than look like, oh my goodness, I'm scared. Because your anxiety could turn into a not happy look.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I will say, gentlemen who are doing chair work, even if you don't have folks visiting you, please try to be approachable. Look jolly, look smile. Don't in between guests. I know it's hard, especially if you're doing a 10-hour shift, a 12-hour shift, to keep that up. But people are going to want to visit with you if you're looking like you're being approachable rather than, resting grump face, as I call it.
Yeah, I mean that's hard to sit there for those time and
Hmm.
have that smile on your face, and there's nobody walking by, but that one person might be walking by, and
Hmm.
you really need to have that smile. And that's why I've said before, train yourself to smile as long as you can.
Hmm.
Time yourself because you're going to be in those situations that you're going to need to hold that smile
Yep.
for with nobody on your lap.
Yep.
you guys are right. 10 or 12 hour shift, and you smile all day. The time you go home, you can't stop smiling because it's locked in. But there's two levels of smile for me as a chair Santa. If I'm sitting there, it's a slow day. I'm always smiling and waving at anybody that walks by,
Yeah,
even if I know them or don't know them or who they are. But I have a casual smile, which is just a not showing a lot of teeth, but kind of smiling with my cheeks and my eyes. And then I have, of course, my pose smile that I do for the camera. So, which is grand.
Like, even if you don't smile with your face or your cheeks, like, smile with your eyes. Look approachable, look friendly, and that goes just a long way. You may not be like, but if you look
yeah,
approachable, if you look awake,
yeah.
yeah,
Sometimes that smile like this can look fake just sitting there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why there's
it
two
can look
levels
fake
for
just
me.
sitting there like that.
My setting smile and my picture smile. And something that Gordon Bailey always brought up about sitting forward in a chair and being approachable, being open. Don't lean back and slouch. Just because it's a slow day and you haven't had a customer in 10 minutes. If you get to that point where you start catching yourself slouching or not looking approachable, get up and walk. Just pace across in front of your chair. Walk around the railing if you got a railing like I do. Walk over and ask your photo app, how was your night? How are you doing today?
Yeah.
And pick up a conversation that way. Phineas?
Joseph Cunningham says he plays "Twas the Night Before Christmas" over and over again throughout the season. It gets him in the mood. If he's not nervous, he's not serious regarding what is required. He calms down once he's engaged in embracing his authentic Santa.
Okay, we're running a little bit behind here, so I'm going to jump on these really quick. Phineas, catch this one too.
Ron McLam from New Mexico says, I have a huge playful heart, just like a child. Have fun and play with the children. They will totally relate with you.
That's right, Randy.
It's Sirius XM Holiday Traditions is my constant companion in the car when working as Santa, even in July. All right, Carl, Mr. Blue Eyes.
Phineas again.
Joseph Cunningham says the Fred Waring Choir sings "Twas the Night Before Christmas," and there are many other versions as well.
That's
And
saying the
real
same
quick,
thing. It's Christmas radio,
Mhm. Yep.
Christmas songs. I think that is probably the biggest way to get us pumped up
Mhm.
is to listen to Christmas stuff, and that's fantastic.
Definitely be ready for the unexpected. You never know what the little ones are going to say. You never know what their parents are going to say.
That's why that takes the anxiety away. We have a brand new venue this season at a casino. I'm ready, waiting to do our best. All right, Ron, Santa Ron, good. Yeah, and then say he's ready. He feels confident on all this stuff. Just it's showtime.
Phineas.
Yeah, when I say et cetera, I sound like a certain king of Siam. You're going to have to watch The King and I. Well, being compared to Yul Brenner is always a.
Have you ever have your face cramp up on you? Yes, we were just talking about that. I have, especially now that last week when you're doing those 10, 12-hour days and it's continuous line from the time you get there till the time you go to lunch. You try to relax. I go back and before I can even eat, I have to loosen up the muscles. on my lunch.
Always, it's always smiling, always be jolly is exactly, and that's what Phineas said earlier. They want that connection. They want that character to be there for them. So that's what you need to do. That is the bottom line. Wow, great input, guys. Always great.
All right, we're going to jump on into Santa's Closet at this point, so stay with us. That kind of boogie woogie music right there will get you up, get you going.
That's good. That's good, good, good.
Absolutely. All right, Phineas, let's go ahead and get into this one here.
So today's Sleigh Bell Brain Teaser gets a gift from Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org. So if you do answer the question, and when you do answer the question, we need both the actual answer and the letter for it, just to make life easier for our producer. That will get you a gift from Santa, or from Santa Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org. So today's question is, in a study about stage fright, also known as performance anxiety, affects about how much percent of the adult American population? A, 22%, B, 7%, C, 11%, and D, 5%. So once again, stage fright, also known as performance anxiety, affects about which percentage of the American adult population?
You know, this one kind of surprises me because you would think it would be even higher than 22%, which is the
Yeah.
top choice given.
Yeah. And of course, the next question is the Closet Effective bonus round. This will get your name on the spinning wheel for the 2027 North Pole Cornerstones sponsorship. Which of these are symptoms of performance anxiety? Which of these are symptoms of performance anxiety? A, sweaty palms. B, shaky knees. C, racing heart. Or D, all the above? A, sweaty palms. B, shaky knees. C, racing heart. Or D, all the above? Remember, we need the first letter and the answer to vote. This also to make it easier for our producer Angela Mack to decide the winner. So please add both. Now, this bonus one also has now the letter and two. Typically, symptoms can happen. A, typically symptoms can happen, right? A, all listed. B, hours. C, days or weeks before.
Absolutely. And one last thing that I want to add to this is, as a former circle track car racer, I know anxiety.
That's a little different going 100 and some odd miles an hour, and you could than it is sitting in a Santa chair. But that's a thing altogether.
With 23 other guys, and you never know.
Yeah. We
Just like it's total chaos from the time you get the flag to the time you get back to your pit. So, but yeah. All right. Fantastic. Everyone work on those. Gives you a lot to think about there. Kind of goes hand in hand with our first segment today. We've been trying to line those up more so it makes for a complete show. All right, Angela, you ready to move on? npcornerstones.com. npcornerstones.com. The website is fully functional. Everything is up. We've got a number of folks that have already registered to attend. We've got vendors that are already registering to attend, and we got multiple scholarship applications in this week. That makes me very, very proud. There's 6 available, so do your due diligence and reach out. Everyone has a chance. Randall?
Yeah, guys, it's great. Coming up, of course, Bob was talking about it earlier. Next week, of course, is a Wondrous Women of Christmas. So it says greater, like Bob said, in greater Cincinnati, but it's out actually in Kentucky, June 25th through the 28th. Again, if you last minute, I don't know if you can squeak in or not, but if you can, look at womenofchristmas.com. It's going to be a great event. And don't forget, TNL it will be on the road there. A great crew will be seeing all that, and a lot of great people. So, and then coming up in August, well, we got SOS, we got School of Santa in between there, but August is the Red Suit Conclave in Saginaw, Michigan, been going on for 10 years now, 11 years, August 1st and 2nd of 2026. You can register online on the MAPS, Michigan Association of Professional Santas Facebook page. Register there. You just have to travel, just have to get your hotel at the points certain, but the classes are free for those 2 days. We know it's that favorite 4-letter F word, free. We love these shows. So are these shows. They're not free to make, but they're free for you guys to watch. So join us on all those. Besides, there's so many more. There you go. We love that one with the eyeball. Wow, wow, wow.
I'd pulled that one out in a while. And as the Kringle Brothers announced, there's already over 60 people signed up for that event. So, same way with the Wondrous Women of Christmas, there's going to be over 100 people attending that. It's going to be a great event. And I didn't mention earlier, and I am so sorry for not mentioning this, Randall is actually going to be part of the conference to attend the training and stuff. But what he don't know is he's also going to have to do some work for TNL while he's there.
You've been volunteered.
Yay! I'm glad I do it.
Everybody else will go. All right, next let's go digging deeper with Phineas, followed by magical performances A to Z with Randall. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody. For the past little while, we've been talking about painting a picture of what your personal North Pole looks like. And we've talked about what does your bedroom look like? What does your house look like? What does the sky look like around Christmas time when you look up in the sky? As well as what other types of creatures are at the North Pole? We've talked about your reindeer and how many you've got and who they all are. So we've got a lot of big, broad strokes. We've got a lot of pictures. So let's go and bring things closer now. So what, if you are a Santa, if you are a Mrs. Claus, when you are sitting at your dinner table, what does your kitchen look like? Do you and Santa sit down and have dinner together? Do you offer dinner to guests when you're sitting? Do you have formal dinners with guests? Is it just a small little kitchen table? Is it a big grand dining room table where you sit down with all the elves and sit down and have big communal meals? Simple questions like that. If it is just a small little kitchen table, who cooks? Does Mrs. Claus cook? Does Santa cook? Is it both of you? Do you have an elf chef who takes care of the two of you? So simple questions like that. What do the plates look like on the table? Are they a fancy china pattern? Is it a simple wooden dish? Is it simple pottery? Is it something ornate that the elves cooked up for you? We've already talked about what Santa has for breakfast. we've talked about what Santa's favorite cookies are. What's your favorite meal to cook after you come home from Christmas? What does Santa like to eat after his long, busy night? He's been out flying around the world for over 24 hours. What do you like to come home and eat? Because you're going to be hungry despite all of those cookies. Or maybe you're not hungry at all because of all those cookies. So, a simple question to ask yourself, because you're going to get asked that. The children do ask, when you come home after the flight, what do you do? Because you've eaten cookies, you've drunk milk all night long. Do you come home to a meal, or do you go and have a nap? Do you go have a shower? But when time comes to go back to regular life because you worked that one day, what do you and Mrs. Claus do to celebrate? Do you have a meal together? Do you go for vacation? These are all questions that you will get asked, and that you're going to need to eventually have an answer for. You may not think about that this will happen, but it often does. And sometimes when the children are trying to prepare their house for Christmas, they want to know what Santa's favorite meal is. On the off chance that, Santa will come by for a visit, because, there's lots of places that have breakfast with Santa. And at some point you're going to be asked, what is your favorite breakfast item? Is it pancakes and sausages and bacon and eggs and all that jazz? Or do you like to have something simple? Phineas likes to have a cup of coffee in the morning, and maybe some yogurt, maybe a piece of fruit. So that's Phineas's breakfast. And if it's a really cold day, he'll have a nice bowl of oatmeal. But he'll always make sure to leave a bowl of oatmeal out for the other fairies around the time of Christmas, just to keep them appeased and keep them happy. So that can break down into folklore as much as it does. I see John Schnagelberger says, what they do for dinner, it depends on whether it is the two of us or a formal dinner. Sometimes intimate for two is great, but also a full, noisy room full of joy can help recharge the soul. And that's the truth. Because if Mrs. Claus and Santa are feeling a little bit down, like the season's over, they will happily enjoy a meal with friends. Are they inviting the elves? Are they inviting friends of Santa, Mrs. Claus? Are they inviting other famous people like the Easter Bunny or Jack Frost? Who would be at your dinner table with you? Charlie Johnson says, breakfast is Mrs. Claus and I. They both cook. Lunch is catch Ken, as we are so busy during the day. And the evening meal is us and the department head elves to talk about the day. A big banquet after Christmas with all the elves and others is really a good idea. So this is all part of the world building, and it shows what your North Pole looks like and what you look like the rest of the year. So again, you're going to have an answer for that, and it will make things more believable. And if it is off the top of your head and consistent throughout that, the believers who you talk to and share your stories with will have a better idea as to what your North Pole looks like. It will look like what your elves, your relationship with your elves and Mrs. Claus looks like, as well as what you do for the rest of the year. And that makes answering those questions so much easier, and it will keep them believing in the long run. Wishing everybody a good week, and wishing Bob and Carol safe journeys as they head to the greater Cincinnati area as they travel next week. And thank you very much for your time, and keep on sharing your stories with me. I like reading them in the comments. I like getting them emails and messages from you about what your stories are like, because it gives me a better idea of who you are as a Christmas performer and what your North Pole looks like. Have a good day. Thank you.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel! Be cool! Ho, 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 ho!
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world-famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa & Company LLC makes Santa magical.
Hello, everybody, and thank you again. Yes, it is showtime, folks. Magical performances from A to Z. Thank you again for allowing me to take the time to spend this time with you. Now, last few weeks we talked about how do you get your name out there? How do you do things throughout the year to promote yourself as Santa or Mrs. Claus? And this is a little thing. Of course, we all have business cards. And this is just something then that you could do that's going to be a magical way to present your business card if you would like. Just a business card holder, or at least a way to remember you as Santa. Of course, you can just open up your business card and you can, take your business card out. If I can get it backwards like this, take your business card out, and of course, give the person your business card, and you talk about that. And of course, then you ask the student, "Do you really believe in Santa?" And of course, then you open it up, and then the believe card is there. It's one of those, just like I showed you a couple weeks ago, a thing called a Himber wallet. But this is actually a Himber business card file that you could do one so like this. You just close it. Basically, you would, like this, close it, and then the other side is empty. Close, open, it shows. But it's a magical way of giving your business card out. You could even do it the other way and put the business card in there. Say you take that out and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of business cards," and you can say, "Well, if you believe in Santa, you'll be able to get one. You just open it up, and then there's your business card." So there's different ways you can present your business card or add a little magic to giving that out. Or if you don't want to do it for the believer passing out your business card, it's another easy way of doing the naughty and nice cards. They can go in there also. But it's an easy thing to carry. You always carry business cards. So you carry a business card, but you can get a chance to do a little magic, a little magical performance while you're doing it, not just passing out the card. Like I said, when you give out coins, I like to do something, get it behind the ears or whatever. Do a little magic instead of just taking it out of your pocket and handing it. This way you can take your business card out of the case and do a little magic while you're what kind of card holder is it? It's called a Himber card wallet. I can put all the information on the website, Everett. But yeah, it's just it's plastic. It's not expensive. I think it's about, again, $6 to buy. They hold a bunch of business cards, but it's another fun way and another way to remember. They'll remember you. Wow, Santa made his business card appear, or he made me believe because he made a believe card appear, or what however you turn that prop into your own. Do it. So that's just one thing, just an idea, because we want to promote summertime, we want to promote wintertime, all the year, and that's a great way to do it instead of just handing out your card. This is something also that I think a lot of Santas use this next thing I'm going to show you, but I just want to make sure that people remember that it's out there, because it's the children just go crazy on it. I'm going to show you, of course, what it is first. It is Insta Snow. It's a great thing to have to purchase. These actually you can get at a magic shop, but I think I got this from Spangle or whatever. It's so much fun. It's a polymer that if you take water in a cup, thank you, Mike, for a Himber card, and you just take the little bit of water, add a little water to it, just a little bit of water. And what it does is it expands, and then it makes snow. Oh, sorry about that. It makes snow. And what's great is if you use cold water, children can play with it. It's all fluffy, just like snow. It's not toxic, and hopefully they won't put it in their mouth, but it's not going to hurt the children. But that was maybe 2 little scoops put in this cup with a little bit of water that makes that much snow. So it's just fun when you're, especially when you're doing a home visit, and especially if you have a large black plate or platter, it really looks good on. But I've even used it when you take, we all know what these are, of course, as a delight, but they make these, of course, without delights in there, and you put a little bit of that polymer in there. You just sprinkle that into your cup. They don't even. It's like you're doing magic, producing that, and then of course it triples, quadruples in the amount to make snow. But it feels so good. It'll pack a little bit. The children can play with it. It's just a fun thing that children love to do. And then you did a miracle. You can bring snow to Florida, to California, to Arizona. You can bring snow there. It's not real snow, but to the children it is. It's a fantasy. It's something we can do, but it just comes in a little container. This says this makes 2 gallons of snow. That's a lot of snow. So, you might need a couple of these. If you do it a lot, you might need a couple of these for the season. But I think that was 2 scoops. So think about that compared to how much you can make. It's just a fun thing to do. So just those basics. I'm sure a lot of the Santas and Mrs. Clauses have seen those before, but just we always need a reminder that, oh man, I haven't done that for a couple years, or my home visit. I've never done it a home visit. Let's say, add it to that. I think you'll get a lot of fun, because then you're bringing the North Pole to wherever you're going, because you're bringing snow along. Here, of course, in Michigan and the northern place, there's usually snow during Christmas, but sometimes there's not. And it's always the children, oh, I want snow for Christmas. Well, then you can make their wish come true. You can make a little bit of snow for them. And that's what our job is, to make wishes come true and fulfill those fun dreams. So don't forget those basics that Santa and Mrs. Claus have always done. That and a little bit of magic in everybody's life, just to make your advertisement a little bit better. Just add that. Thank you again. I can't thank you enough for allowing me to do this fun stuff. I'm the most fortunate guy in the world. Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful week.
You guys are the best. Here's one for you, Phineas, from Kane.
You're on mute there, yes.
It's just Santa, Kane, and Mrs. Claus at dinner. She does the cooking. We have a dining hall for the workshop elves, but not all the elves are workshop elves. Many work in the other shops, and they typically have dinner with their own families. My North Pole is more of a regular town with specialty shops, bakeries, restaurants, etc., outside of the workshop.
Fantastic. Very, very, very good. All right. We're going to go ahead and move along. Say thank you to all of our contributors. TNL Network has been so blessed with the support from the vendor side of the community, as well as support from each and every one of you who chime in the chat, give us your thoughts, participate in the show, and not just this show, but all the shows that come on the TNL Network. Okay, so for our answer to our trivia, I'm going to have to revise the first question a little bit because, again, my shortcoming. What percentage of anxiety? There's different levels of anxiety, and I did not distinguish between one or the other. So we're going to do it this way. Kevin Martin wins the answer with A for 22%. And I'm going to read you real quick. The original answer that I was looking for, I should have used the term glossophobia, excuse me, or severe anxiety. While not classified as a full phobia, severe fear of public speaking is termed glossophobia and affects about 7% of the adult U.S. population. That was the answer I had originally went with, but after going back and revisiting during the segments, we come up with that better. Now, that even goes even further to say that research estimates that about 40 to 80% of people experience stage fright, a condition reported by high-profile figures in the entertainment industry. So it varied. That's one of those questions that there was really no wrong answer, probably. So anyway, Kevin Martin gets the first one. The cause and effect bonus round. When can symptoms happen?
Number D, all of them.
All of them.
Who was the winner, Angela?
John Schnegelberger.
John Schnegelberger there. And then bonus was, I didn't put it in the script there, did I? Let me go back.
Symptoms can happen hours, days, weeks, or all of them before the actual events. So,
Yeah.
And the answer is all of them. So
All of them. You said Carl was our winner?
Carl White.
Carl White gets that one. So name goes in on the wheel. And Kevin Martin, we will need, because I don't think we have his shirt size, do we?
I don't think so.
Send me in a private message, if you will, Kevin, your mailing address and your T-shirt size or shirt size, and we'll get that over to Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org and get your gift on the way. All right, last two promos, and we'll be out of here.
Oh, hi. I'm Santa's official photographer, a name given to me by the Christmas community, but you can call me Jessica. For 35 years, I've been a portrait photographer, specializing in children and family. But here lately, I've been focusing on creating artistic images of Santa, Mrs. Claus, and their Christmas elves. What starts off as a simple photograph is transformed into a digital masterpiece. This isn't just photography. It's an exchange where the performer steps fully into their role, immersed in a real-life theatrical set where together we bring that story to life. If you're ready to elevate your presence with images that truly stand out, visit holidayphotomagic.com.
All right, fantastic. I want to say thank you to everyone for joining in and being a part of North Pole Happy Hour today. Thank you to Randyl, Phineus, Angela Mack, and to our contributors again. And don't forget to watch the Monday show, Claus Connect tonight with Phineas. It's going to be Phineas. It's going to be Mike.
Good question. I think it's going to be Mike is going to be there. So
That's what I thought I had read. All right, and of course Tracy McKenzie. Very good, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow night, this afternoon, and every day of the week almost. Check us out. Thanks for joining us.
bye.
Good night.
Love you guys.